Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you what actually helped me the very most on my hemochromatosis journey. The very most. I've tried supplements, I've tried diet, of course I get phlebotomies, I've tried, just living a healthy lifestyle, exercising, stuff like that. But in this video, there's a few things that I did that helped the most. And I noticed when I got on this, it helped tremendously. When I got off, numbers started to climb again. It's not easy. And I don't know if it's for you. Everyone's got a different body. Everyone has a different situation. But it's probably worth trying. It's probably worth trying. It really helped me. In fact, and stress is bad. It's been a stressful summer. I lost a family member. And I've had a lot of shake-ups, a lot of changes in my life. So it's been stressful. But I'm starting to settle down again. And I'm getting to a point where I'm going to go ahead and try this. In fact, I am. This last week, I jumped on this again. And I'm going to keep you posted on my results. But what I did, what for me, I don't know about for you, but for me, over these last almost 2 years, what has worked the very best for me. It hasn't cured my condition. I ain't trying to say it's a cure, but maybe eventually it will cure it. There's a thing called epigenetics where it's believed you can turn genes on and off, that something turned it on, something can turn it off. We'll talk about that up ahead. So what did I do? Well, the first thing that I did was consistent phlebotomies. That's every 2 weeks. When I get on a routine where there's no distractions and there's no setbacks, and I go and give a phlebotomy, and 2 weeks ago again, and 2 weeks ago again, and 2 weeks ago again. Just doing that 3 or 4 times back to back, that helps a lot. That helps a real lot. And so in a month, that's like 3 phlebotomies, beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So that is the only conventional way that I know of is the phlebotomies. So I get that done. Number 2 is a diet. And I'm going to share this with you. There's a lot of controversy about this. When I found out about it, I wasn't sure. I looked it up. I did enough research to figure, I'm going to try this. And if it doesn't help, I'm going to know because I go in for labs like every 2 weeks. Every time before I give a phlebotomy, they want fresh labs. So I do that. So I heard a lot about last fall. I heard a lot about, it was last fall. That doesn't matter though. What matters is, I heard a lot about the carnivore diet. And you probably know what it is. If you don't, basically, the carnivore diet is where you don't eat any sugar, no carbs. You don't even eat vegetables. It's said that some people have autoimmune and allergy issues to vegetables, but that everybody can absorb red meat. So basically carnivore, and you can be as strict as you want. Some people, all they eat is red meat all day. Other people, they'll eat, chicken, turkey, pork, eggs, cheese, milk, shrimp, fish. But that's what it is. Basically, you have your animal products. You have your eggs, you have your eggs, you have butter, you have milk, you have fish, pork, turkey, chicken, seafood, red meat, steak, hamburger. And so there was this guy, Sean Baker, I follow him on YouTube, and he has some patients that are hemochromatosis. They have hemochromatosis like us. And the conventional message is that is very dangerous because the iron in meat is considered heme iron. So it's very absorbable. So you and me not having our iron metabolism, our iron switch is broken. We can't shut it off. So if we eat meat, particularly red meat, we're in trouble. That's what all the books that I read said. That's what the doctors say. If you look it up on ChatGPT, medically speaking, it is bad. And so But I thought, you know what? I'm going to get on this. I'm going to give up the carbs. I'm going to give up the sweets, the sugars, the processed foods. And I'm just going to eat carnivore. I'm going to try it for 2 weeks and get my labs. If my labs go sky high, I'll know it's not going to work. I'm going to give a phlebotomy. It ain't going to work. Or if it helps a little bit, then we'll have to see. If it helps a lot, then we'll see about that. So I got on the carnivore diet, which in the morning I'd have eggs and bacon. For lunch, I might have tuna or sardines with some cheese. For supper, it could be anything. It could be salmon, it could be chicken, it could be turkey, it could be a hamburger, it could be steak. I did a lot of steak. I like steak. It's expensive, but I wanted to go all out with this. So I tried it, and in 2 weeks my numbers went down a half decent amount, enough for me to be like, my numbers went down, I have more energy, I have more mental clarity, I'm sleeping better, I lost a little bit of fat around my midsection. I'm going to keep trying this. And so I tried it, and there was a period there where I had an insurance issue, so I wasn't able to do phlebotomies or get my numbers checked too. I wasn't able to get my labs checked. But I kept on the diet. So I did a couple phlebotomies. I was on the diet, and I was doing fasting too. I was skipping breakfast. I was basically eating lunch, supper, skipping breakfast, doing like a continuous 18-hour fast. And fasting's very powerful. So that's the third key. And then also I was doing some stuff like cold showers. I was trying to promote hormesis, which is a type of stress you put on your body. It could be cold weather, hot weather, fasting, extreme exercising, and that helps turn on your longevity genes. So basically, in this period of 3 to 4 months, I did some phlebotomies, but there's a period that I didn't do any phlebotomies, where I just did the carnivore. I had no sugar, no snacks, no carbs, just eating, animal-based products, just eating twice a day, lunch and supper, having that fasting period, which turns on autophagy, which is your body cleansing and getting rid of damaged proteins and cells. And I was doing other things of hormesis producing, like cold showers, or in the winter time, I'd go out with just a t-shirt on for 10 minutes, get cold showers, get hot showers, get sauna, go out in the sun, let the sun hit me a little bit to make it has to be uncomfortable. Getting good sleep, that's a given. But I was doing those things. I was doing the diet. And I remember my insurance kicked back in. I got a new job. The insurance kicked in for the new job. And it's been like 3-4 months. I had no idea where my numbers were. I was thinking, wow, if this carnivore diet backfired, it really backfired. My ferritin and iron is going to be really high. So I went in without phlebotomy, no phlebotomy for 3 months. All that red meat and meat, which is very absorbable iron, the doctors and the internet would have said, your numbers are going to be out of control. Out of control. Went in, got the numbers. They went down, like my ferritin went down 150 points. My iron went down like 70 points. The TIB-C actually went up. That's the part that helps you, your ability to control your iron. That you want those to go up a little bit. They're usually low in people like us with the condition. So I did all that. The numbers dropped significantly. I was like, wow, this is big. And I told the doctor, I said, I didn't get a phlebotomy, and I'm saying not to do that, but I had an insurance issue that was a setback. But it was a real test, because without a phlebotomy for a while, doing all that meat and protein and the fasting and the cold showers, my numbers dropped significantly. So I recommend you go into it slow if you want to try that. It takes time. And even a keto diet, is even carnivore is real strict, but keto is basically all the animal products plus your vegetables, all the vegetables. Basically, you're just keeping out the sugar and carbs with keto, but you're adding in vegetables. So any kind of keto or carnivore diet, I think is powerful. At least it was for me. You know, it gave me tons of energy, mental clarity, slept better. But most importantly, for the journey that we're on, my numbers went way down. And you're probably asking, well, what happened? Well, the holidays hit at that time, got off the diet. You know, they were stressed. People were sick in the family. Holidays. And sometimes when you give up that junk food and you get back on it, sometimes you almost make up for what you were off of. Like all I wanted was cake and pasta and pizza and cereal. It was bad. So that's what happened, but I'm trying it again this last week. I'm trying to do keto to see if it does the same thing, which is basically you have all your meat, your animal products, and your vegetables, like, you know, sauerkraut, broccoli sprouts, kimchi, yogurt, kefir, you know, all vegetables, you know, salad. I've been having salads every night with eggs and sauerkraut and a little piece of meat on the side. Because another big thought to this disease that we have is your gut microbiome is messed up. So if you're fasting, you're giving your gut a break. And if you're eating vegetables and these fermented foods especially, that is very beneficial for your gut bacteria. Plus meat, steak, chicken is very easy to digest. So all that together, it's very good for your gut, which is probably another reason why I got lower numbers. So that's what I did. Let me know if you heard about this. Let me know if you've tried this. Let me know if you're going to try this. Let me know what you tried, what worked good for you. Let me know. Let us know as a community. I want to know. I want to see what helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.